Hey kids, welcome to Lesson 7, APIs and Function Parameters, Part 5, Hexadecimal Colors. In reading the documentation, you may have noticed that Pencolor can accept colors in hexadecimal format. That is the hashtag AC9100. Well, what does that mean? If you remember from previous lessons, hexadecimal color codes are 2-digit color codes in a range from 0 to F. So hexadecimal is a 16-base system instead of the 10-base system we use in regular numbers, or the base 2 system we use in binary. The higher the number or letter, the more on it is. So for example, if you wanted something completely red, that would be hash brown FF, because red would be totally on, FF, green would be 00, and blue would be 00. Colors on websites will often be represented in this format. It's useful to know how to interpret and use this format when trying to duplicate colors in your own image. Read the documentation. Review the documentation for Pencolor and pay particular attention to how to define colors in hexadecimal. So we talked a little bit about this in the last lesson. This should be a pretty fun little lesson. What we're going to do is draw this bullseye down here. And we have to use some of these colors that they've already provided to us. So you can see they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors they gave us. And our bullseye is ultimately the background's 1, 2, 3 colors. So 2 of these we're not going to need to know, but we're going to take some guesses to figure it out. Remember, hex colors must have quotes around them, so Pencolor should have quotes around it. Do not just leave it open in parentheses. That is a common mistake I see all the time, especially when getting into programming, something super easy that can throw you off. Well, let's take a look at how we're going to do this. I think we're going to start off here. From the last lesson, we made a giant dot for the background. So let's make a giant dot again. Now, before I do that, I want to change the color, because ultimately our program always works from the top down. So it's going to set the color, then draw the dot. If we reverse this, it would draw the dot, then set the pen color. Now this one right here is red. And if we remember from previous lessons, if I hold this down here, this will give me some examples. So I see that FF0000 here is red. If I look up here, you can see, if I'm looking through this, well, 00, that's totally off. CC, that's a little on, so that might be it. 11, that's almost totally off. 00, that's almost totally off. 11, that's almost totally off. I'm going to take a guess here, and I'm going to say this CC4400 is going to be my red color. Let's just type it in here in place of red. Now, I could use red if I wanted to, but this lesson's asking us to use hexadecimal, so that's what we're going to use. That looks pretty good. I got to change the size of my dot. I'm going to go huge, up to 500. This should populate a red screen now. Let's see if I'm correct. Ooh, no. Why not? Oh, you know what I'm forgetting here? The hashtag. Do not forget to put your pound sign in there. Let's hit reset run. There you go. That red looks identical to the one in the picture. Next two things I have to do is put 2 circles in here. Again, I'm going to change my pen color first and then put a dot down. This dot here, I'm going to work my way from the outside in, so I'm going to do a slightly bigger dot. This whole thing, again, is, if we go to the screen here, the whole screen is 320. This looks pretty close. I'm going to try a dot that's 200. I just want to see what that's like. I am hoping the number 200 gets me close. I also have to change the color. Looking at my colors here, remember it's RGB, red, green, blue. I want to find something with the green turned on to the highest number. Remember, it goes 0 to F because it's a 16 base. CC here looks to be the highest. AB, while that's on, probably could go a little more. 44 is definitely turned down. 88's getting there, not quite there. 66, Again, we're on the lower end, so I think it's going to be this one right here. Let's copy and paste this in and see if I'm correct. Let's hit run. Ooh, looks like the right green here, but my dot is way too big. This right here is giving me a radius, which is half of it. So I think I just need to cut this number down to 100. Let's hit reset run. Much, much closer. I like that. We're going to rinse and repeat. So again, we do another pen color and a pen dot. I can take a guess from here. This looks like it's about half the size, so I'm just going to put 50 in right now. I'm going to look for a blue color. Again, this is RGB, so I want the last two numbers to be the highest. DC is definitely a high number. 00 is not. CC, that's pretty good. These two right here are pretty close, so I'm going to have to come back and look at these. 99, CC is definitely higher, so I know that. And then 00 is not it. Between these two now, one of these is going to work. This one has a lot more turned on. So this one has a little more green into it, opposed to this one, which is a little less. Again, we want a little blue. So I'm going to just go with this one right here. My gut's telling me this one. Let's see if I'm right. Reset, run. Hey, look at that one. Let's just try this other one and see what it looks like, just so we know. So I'm going to take this one up here, Control C, Control V, ooh, 2 hashtags in there. Reset, run. You can tell that that one's just a little lighter. So ultimately, it's the first one I picked that had a little more green into it. This looks like everything I need to do. The example in my drawing look nearly identical. I'm pretty happy with everything. Let's see if code.org agrees. Hey, good job, kids. I'll see you on the next puzzle.